Hello everyone, welcome you all. In this session, we are going to discuss about the cucumber and what is scenario outline in cucumber. Okay, it is a keyword used to run the same scenario multiple times with different values. Okay, we have some different values like user 1, user 2, user 3. As we take that users and we have to run the scenario. In that way, we are using, instead of scenario, we are using scenario outline. Okay, as we discussed about tags, right, in the last session, and today we are discussing about the scenario outline keyword. Did you understand what is the meaning of scenario outline keyword? And it is a keyword can be used to run the same scenario multiple times with different combination of values, right? And it must be followed by example session. Okay, if you are using scenario outline, you have to it is followed by the example session. In example session, we have to give the values with delimited parameters, and we have to give our username some xyz and your password some xyz, and the values we are given, okay, in the delimited parameters. Did you understand what is scenario outline and what is the example? And for confirm scenario outline must be followed with the examples. Okay, in examples we are writing the test data. Okay, for experienced jobs, they are asking in an interview what is scenario outline, what are the tags, what are the hooks, and what is mean by scenario outline, and what are the examples we are given. Okay, this is the scenario outline. And one more I want to add here, how to use examples. Okay, first you have to replace scenario with scenario outline, and then you have to give the examples. Okay, replace scenario as scenario outline in my feature file. Then for your reference, I want to give the single test data and multiple test data. Okay, to read the data we are going to use delimited parameters. Okay, cucumber will replace these parameters with the values from the table. Okay, we are using delimited parameters, that is angle brackets as you call. It must followed by example section. Scenario outline must be followed by example section. Here we have given examples. I am going to here write as username, right? It is a username. Sorry, the spelling mistake. Yeah, username. And the password is I am mentioning as password only. Right? Here examples, what is the name you have given in the line, you have to use that name as it is in your example section or example table. And that one is password. It is a case sensitive. What are the name given you have given in that line, you have to place, and you have to pass test data and my test data username is demo and password is 1234. I can give any examples. Let me go to the site. I want to log in with the another user. I'm simply mentioning demo2 and password is as it is 1234. Then I click on submit button. Yes, I have a user 2 as demo2, and we have a one more user called demo2. Okay, I want to go and use that demo2 for your reference example, for your reference, whether it is taking that data or not. Okay, and one more user I want to take, just simply checking is there or not. I'm going to log in as demo3 and my password is 1234 as it is. Then click on submit button. Yes, I have demo3 user also. Yes, we have two more users, and I want to go with my script also. Yeah, and I want to go and pass one more user demo2. Okay, and the password is same as it is 1234 only. Here in demo2 we have not logout link is not same as demo1, right? Both are landing on not same page, both are landing on different pages. That's why I want to change the logout button, verification of logout button. Okay, in demo2 the logout button was not same as demo1 user logout button. Okay, let's check and inspect. It's not correct, and once again I want to check it. I want to recheck it. Yes, it is in span tag and the logout is a text we have. Okay, we didn't have logout trigger, that's why I'm not taking, I was commenting that line. Okay, otherwise I can write a condition if user 1 logout trigger should be displayed, if user 2 span log should be displayed. I want to write if mandatory. Okay, the only thing is I want to explain how we are using examples and how we are using scenario outline. That's why I'm not taking that line. Just I want to run the test case. Okay, it should execute 2 test cases. Okay, here demo1 X user is login and I want to execute demo2 also, right? Yes, it's running. Yeah, and demo2 should be right. Yes, demo2 is also login. Yes, my test case is passed. By this way you can use your scenario outline with an example. Okay, where we have HTML report in Selenium scripts, in Maven project, in Target, in Cucumber. We have a Cucumber HTML reports. In that overview features, yes, here how many test cases are passed, how many scenarios are passed? 2 scenarios are passed. What are those? Login functionality. Here both are sanity, and the steps are: first scenario, it is taken demo as username, password as 1234. In second scenario, demo 2 is username, password is 1234. Like this, we can pass multiple set of data, right? And you want to declare as steps wise, go with the steps. And the occurrences, average duration, maximum duration, total steps executed twice, right? Occurrences are 2. Why? We are passing 2 status, right? 2 users we are passing, that's why the occurrences is 2. If you pass some 4 or 5, the occurrences are 4 come clear, right? Then what is the next? Now we are able to read test data from feature file, right? Here no need to hardcode any test data from the feature file. Here, but we are still hardcoding browser and URL, right? If you hardcode browser, what is the issue? This scenario always going to execute in Firefox driver, right? Okay. If you have one definition, you can easily go with the Firefox driver. If it is multiple, then you have to go with the another drivers. That's why we hard coded URL also. In real time, we will never hard code URL and we will never hard code the drivers. In real time, every project in real time we have lots of servers. Okay, we have number of servers, and this is dev, and one other is QA server, and the other is stage server and production server we have. These are the servers we have. Okay, for example, we have these many servers, right? In real time, as a QA, your application is on QA server, right? But when you are when you are pushing your code to the Git, and that code should be run in all the servers. Okay, that's why you don't want to hardcode any URL, any drivers, any test data, right? Right? Here URL is same in a QA, but when it's changing from one server to another server, the URL will change, right? Here development URL is different from QA server. QA URL is different from staging. After staging, it is going to landing on production, right? Then the URL will change, but it will not change all that, but similar, a small change will happen. That's why your test case will be fail. In this case, you don't want to hardcode your URL. Okay, did you understand why we are not hard coding URL, right? For this, I am going to use a logic here, and I want to create a class common. Same logic I want to use in a cucumber. In this common, here string, what is a string? Browser equal to, you need to specify whether it is Firefox or Chrome or anything. Okay, and my string URL is, you have to mention the URL of your website. Then I'm going to write a function, public void launch browser. In that, in the same manner, public void close browser. If you are launching the browser, then you want to close the browser, right? Okay, these are the functions. Here I am going to write the code. We already created this logic for the test engine, right, in Selenium. Common.java. Same as this, copying and want to paste in a launch browser. Here web driver or some D, and it is a predefined interface. You have to import, and implicit weight also you have to import. And we are using Selenium 3, right? That's why I am changing. Time units, time unit, minutes, 5. And Cucumber we are using Selenium 3, right? That's why I'm changing the synchronization time. Yes. If browser equals Firefox, then you go ahead to download driver.new Firefox driver. If browser is Google Chrome, then Chrome browser. If browser is equals to Edge, then Edge driver, right? It is a simple common code for every project. Okay. In close, we have writing driver.quit. It is same as all the projects. Okay. By static keyword, we are using static variables, right? We are using static keyword, and my string URL is also static, and WebDriver is also static. When you are going to refer static variables, to refer common properties, we are using static keyword. Okay, we are mentioning static methods and static variables. Fine. And define variables as static and methods also static. And I can use these methods in wherever I want. In definition, you no need to hard code, okay? To launch the browser, simply call public, and to create parent-child relation. How to create parent-child relation in inheritance we have discussed by using extends keyword, right? We discussed in the last class, I think so. In inheritance, We are going to write a parent-child relationship through the extends keyword. Method name is launch browser. Launch browser. And I want to load the web page. To load web page, we have to, I don't want to hard code. We have to use the reusable method. Okay. I want to read the URL from the common class. Pass the variable name. String URL, right? URL. And for closing browser, don't hard code. Just call the function close browser. Okay. Simply call the functions. And here we have defined a common class, right? It is reusable in all the classes. We never hard coded anything here. Right? If you want to change the browser, you want to update common.java. Okay, only one file you have to update, sorry. If you want to update here Google Chrome, then it means the same test case going to execute but it is in Google Chrome. Let me check once. Go to test runner and run the script. Same test case, but it is going to launch on Chrome driver. Yes, I launched the Google Chrome. It's a Chrome, right? Something is issue here. Maybe the Chrome driver is not the update version. And here the issue is version of Chrome driver has not been tested, right? Okay, version number is not compatible. To resolve that one, you have to go for downloads. You have to update the drivers. Okay. In the definition, I have defined WebDriver D. That is the issue. That's why it was not getting. Okay. The main issue is WebDriver D. Just I want to run again. Yes, Chrome driver was started successfully. Yes. Okay, that's the issue is I defined WebDriver D as twice. That's why it get an error. You will also get the issue because if version is not same the Chrome drivers are updated, you have to update the latest version and you can use. Okay, no need to change the code. Okay, this should be failed. Why? Because here I have uncommented the logout, right? It should be failed. In my example, it should be failed. Okay, let's see whether it is failed or not. Why? Because I given the verify logout trigger is different and the logout link is different in demo 2. It should be failed. Let's go with the code. Yes, it is failed. How to comment only that line? By hashtag. Hashtag is used for commentings. In secondary keywords, we have hash for comments. We have discussed about the tags and we have discussed about data tables in examples and we have discussed data strings in a feature file. Okay, hash is for commenting. If you want, you can check the report also. It is showing red color because one is passed and another is failed. Okay, half is passed and half is failed. Both the taking same duration, right? Here both the functionality is taking same time. Okay, scenario outline step 2 is failed. Here we have an issue, no such element exception, right? In our perspective it is passed because I have given the logout link is incorrect, right? If you want to use, you can go with the stepwise. It is failed in logout link. It is 50% means the second one is failed, the first one is passed. That's why it's showing 50%. Okay. Here we have discussed about the scenario outline and examples and how to create a reusable function for the browsers. Okay, same thing, we can hard code locators also. Before going to update the locators, one more thing we have here. These are the reusable functions, right? Launch the browser, close the browser. These are the reusable functions in every script. By that way, okay, by that way, we are using the reusable functions. Can I execute reusable functions automatically? No, because it does not have main method. We have discussed about scenario outline and scenario outline is replaces the scenario and it executes with a lot of values or combination of values. It is followed by the example section. In this video we have discussed about scenario outline examples. In last session we have discussed about step definitions, feature file and testnet class and how to report in Cucumber, right? These are the main videos and which is helpful to you for the hybrid framework in your real-time project. And I was explained only one example. You can practice with the lots of examples also you have in document sessions in Cucumber. Please go through those videos and practice well. If you practice, you can come with a bit of good knowledge. And Cucumber annotations or predefined text which contains specific meaning. It allows compiler what should be done upon execution. And we have discussed about given when also, right? Feature files. And we have hooks in Cucumber. With hooks we can launch the browser, we can kill the browser. Okay, we discuss about hooks and I want to use hooks here in Cucumber IO. We have a hooks. And what do you mean by hooks? Hooks are the block of code that can run at various points in the Cucumber execution cycle. right? It is a block of code that can run at various points in the Cucumber execution cycle, and they are used for launching and killing the browser whenever you want, or before or after each scenario. Okay, it is used to set up and tear down of the environment before and after each scenario. Right? Hooks or blocks of code at various points in the Cucumber execution cycle. These are used for launching the browser and closing the browser before and after each scenario. You can use, okay? And these hooks are categorized into two types: scenario hooks and conditional hooks. One is scenario hooks, and these scenario hooks run for every scenario. And we have conditional hooks. Conditional hooks is useful for only certain scenarios. It is used for only certain scenarios. Yes, these hooks or can be selected and execution for only certain hooks. And it is using methods by at the rate before and at the rate after. Here, Cucumber hooks of a or block of codes that runs before or after each scenario, and it can be defined anywhere in the project or step definition by using methods at the rate before, at the rate after. And we have Cucumber hooks annotations allow us to manage better code workflow and help in reducing the code redundancy. Cucumber hooks are used in situations where prerequisite steps before testing any testing scenario is performed. Did you understand what you mean by hooks? In testing we have a at the rate after method, at the rate before method, right? Like this we have hooks in Cucumber. Okay, how to use scenario hooks and how to use conditional hooks, let's discuss. To use scenario hooks, simply go and use this annotation before and after, at the rate before and at the rate after. In before annotation, we have to before the step of the each scenario. After, we are writing after the last step of each scenario. Go to step definition, and I want to create for one more class, and my class name is hooks. You can give any name, but I am giving a hooks as example. In this class, I am going to use at the rate before, public void before scenario. It's a predefined annotation. Why it is not showing the import statement? At the rate before only, right? Sorry, I created this in a ABC pack in another package, right? That's why it is not showing. I want to create in a Maven project, right? We have to create that in step definition. Okay. I want to delete the class from Java project, and I want to go with the Maven project, and in step definition we have to create a class. My class name is hooks. Then click on finish. Here we have to create at the rate before. In this public void before scenario. You can give any name. It is a predefined annotation you have to import from IO Cucumber Java. It is available in JUnit also, but you have to import from the Cucumber. Just I want to create an output statement something before scenario. Before scenario, this hook going to execute. In this hook, you can create launch the browser, and simply launch the browser. You have to call here launch comments dot launch browser. And the same manner at the rate after. Here public void after scenario. Mainly initialization we are using before, and after is used for mainly for taking the screenshot or closing the browser. Why? Because it will execute after every scenario. It takes a screenshot. Mostly in real time we are taking a screenshot in the after method only. And I want to import at the rate after. Just write a star. Okay. And my output statement is after scenario. Then you have to call the comment dot close browser. Okay, we have written the hooks class. In definition, you don't need to call, okay? Earlier we had called, right? In hooks, you don't want to call. Right? We'll write only once. It will execute after a scenario and before scenario. Then go with the feature file and mention these after and before. Okay? Let me check and test runner. Run the test runner class. Okay, there is no change. You can create a hooks class and you can use. It will execute after scenario. It will close the browser. Before scenario, it will launch the browser. And each and every scenario. Okay, this is about the scenario hooks. And we have conditional hooks also. What is mean by conditional hooks? I have a feature file. And this feature file having 100 scenarios. Okay. Out of 100 scenario, I want 10 or reading data from the database. So we need to establish the DB connection for only these 10 scenarios. Okay. If you write 10 if you write those DB connection in hooks, it will execute all the scenarios, all 100 scenarios it will execute. Okay. For this, we have to write conditional hooks. For example, here there are only two rules regarding hooks. Rule number 1, only call hooks from the reactable functions. So, function components and other hooks, and rule number 2 is do not call hooks conditional. Okay, here verify data from database values. Okay. If you write new steps, it will go into juggle mingle. Okay. I have 3 scenarios. For these 3 scenarios, 2 are from I want to execute DB hook for the third scenario, right? In hooks, you have to write a condition. There is a condition, only condition. There is a condition we have to give @DB. And here you have to mention connect database. Just I am writing the output statement. We already discussed, right, how to connect database. Or you can write output statement. Okay. Here after also @DB. You have to mention only the group, or you are mentioning DB, right? That text you have to write here DB, or it is Excel, you can write Excel. In after scenario, I am just writing the close browser, or sorry, close database. It is a database connection, right? Now in test runner, you have to mention here, if you mention DB, then it's going to execute DB. Okay, it's going to use scenario hooks and conditional hooks also. Let me check once. As before, scenario hook is executed. Demo 1 2 3 4. Then after scenario, yes, it executed. Before scenario, connection database, right? If I specify sanity, which hook going to execute? Only scenario hook going to execute. What are the test case tagged with DB? That are going to execute. Okay. These are the difference between scenario hooks and conditional hooks. Conditional hooks is done for only certain scenarios. executed only scenario hook. Clear? Regarding hooks, and hooks is a block of codes. You can run various points in a Cucumber execution cycle. Here we are hard coding locators, right? In real time you cannot hard code. Okay, all are Cucumber feature files. Here one issue is we are hard coding the locator. In real time we are not hard coding. For this I am going to use page object model. What is the principle of page object model? Separating the implementation is one, and we are writing the functions, right? We can combine Cucumber principle and page object principle, right? Earlier we created the locators, right? And we are creating reusable classes also in object repository, and I want to paste in step definition file. It means we are combining two principles, page object model and Cucumber principles, right? How to use class members? By creating object to the class we are using, right? Where we need to create an object in login definition. After loading web page, we are creating objects. Here I am going to create object or some object equal to login page. Yes, login page equal to new OR, and we have to pass driver object as a parameter. Don't hard code like this. You have to read login page dot log link login. You have to create this in static or link login. We have commented, right? Link login, click. You have to create a local variable. We have created local variable, right? Just go and define in a instance variable. Okay, you have to create as an instance variable. These are the Java basics. In the same manner, don't write all these steps. We can simply use, and method is login page dot fill login, and we have to pass username and password. Here also don't the hard coded login page dot logout link logout. Okay, link logout dot is display. Copy the same logic and you have to click on that. Login page dot link logo dot click. Yes, we don't need to hard code. Okay, I was not hard coded anything. By this way, in real time the project should be like this. This is the main project which we have using in our real time. Okay. In that, even if I explain like this, you will confuse. Okay. You have to come from step by step. Okay. From the first onwards, you have to practice. Yeah, then only practice makes man perfect, right? From the step by step, I have discussed whole hybrid framework by using Cucumber, page object model, test engine, hooks, scenarios, feature files, step definition files, test runner class. Okay, this is the full session about the hybrid framework. Hope you understood. This video is helpful. And if you have any doubts, please comment me in the comment section below. This is Monica signing off. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.